Hi, I'm Shawn, and I'm the rector here at Grace Church in Oak Park. I wanted to give just a little bit of a message about why I have become a tither in my life and how that has definitely been a spiritual journey for me. I have in my hand right here an envelope that has seasoned greeting on it. Inside you will see that it says, "To Shawn from Susie." Susie was one of my favorite women from our church at All Saints in Indianapolis. Some people would have considered her to have been probably the poorest in the congregation. Well, definitely by money standards she was. By spiritual standards, by psychological standards, anything that you can come up with, Susie was definitely not one who was poor. She was an amazing woman who gave of her life and her time. And one year that stands out for me really, is the year that Susie at Christmas time came and gave one of these envelopes to each of the kids in the congregation. There were probably 20 or 30 of us that were going to All Saints. When we opened it up, what we found inside was a $2 bill. You will see that mine is empty at this point. I got this back probably in 1978, around that time when she gave it to her. And until a couple years ago, I had kept both this envelope and the $2 bill. And then I got thinking about Susie and decided that while she would have said we should keep it and do what we want with that money, that there were no strings attached, it was for her being generous to us, I decided finally if I was going to be a leader in terms of my role as a priest here in the community and as a person who is called to be a good steward, I needed to do something with that $2 bill. I was working at the cathedral downtown at the time, and I decided that year in my stewardship sermon to give the $2 bill and put it in the offering for the cathedral Christmas baskets. Initially that was really hard for me because it had such attachment to that $2 bill and to this envelope. And then I had to realize that what Susie had given to me really was a spirit of generosity and giving from great abundance and really giving from out of the depth of who she was to each of us. She's the person that led me on a spiritual path of knowing that when we truly give both of our time and our talent and our treasure, it's amazing the way that our own faith grows and our own sense of what we're offering to the world changes immensely. Throughout the years, I worked very hard to become a tither. I know that's not for everybody, and not everybody can reach that goal, but it was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to give 10% of my income away to other folks, both to the church and to other organizations that I sponsored. It wasn't an easy task. When I got out of college, I wasn't making a lot of money, but she had taught me that from the very beginning, if I would set aside a small portion of everything that I made and of my time as well and offer that to others, that it would lead me on a path towards a wonderful faith and a wonderful close relationship with God. I didn't start out by giving that 10%. I started out by giving, I'm not even sure what percent. But each year I decided where I wanted to be, and I gave a little bit more. Became more involved in the church, became more generous in my giving of my finances. And I have to say that I have no regrets about that. It was a piece that over the years helped me to be able to lead the way in the conversations about what giving's about. And to know that it wasn't even just about that, it was about developing my own closeness to God, and that for me this was that path. I offer that to you as saying that I know as a church we talk about tithing, and most importantly we talk about proportional giving, and for you to figure out where you are in your life and what percentage you want to offer back to a charity or to Grace Church or another congregation. It takes time to sit down and think about that, make a plan, give it first before you do anything else, and then figure out who you are and whose you are and how you want to live out your life of faith. It can be an amazing experience. You never know what it will call you to do. And this is that reminder of Susie. I don't have the $2 bill anymore, but I hold her in my heart in ways that I can hardly even imagine still happens to me. She brings me great joy and great thought and great encouragement in living my life in a close relationship with God. I thank you for being present and offer to you to think about who it is you want to be and whose you want to be and how that makes a difference in the way that you make all the decisions in your life.